Easily one of the most well-known and overused lines in many spiritual traditions, particularly the Eastern traditions, is that of destroying the ego. We have to dissolve the ego, remove the ego, detach from the ego. The problem is, almost no one you hear talking about this has any concept of what they're actually doing, what they're actually saying, or what the original teachings were talking about. Easily, the world today does have an ego problem. You need only look around and see that people, for some reason, feel the need to chronicle their entire lives in detail online for everyone to see. And you can see, yeah, we have an ego problem. But the issue is not that they have an oversized ego, an inflated ego. They're not egotistical. The problem is that they're narcissists. Now, people think, well, a narcissist is a person with a big ego. No, they're not. A narcissist has no ego. That's why the narcissist has to constantly seek validation and approval, recognition from everyone around them. Because they have no ego within themselves to be grounded in who they are. You see, it's gotten so bad today that people not only are constantly seeking this validation, but they in themselves don't even know or understand who or what they are. You have people running around everywhere thinking that they're whatever gender they are or whatever species they are, and they're constantly trying to ram it down everyone's throats. It's not enough that they believe that they are such a thing and live as such a thing, but they have to make sure that everyone notices that they do and that everyone approves of what they're doing. And if anyone voices any dissent or any disagreement, well, they have to immediately cancel them and persecute them and send them away, silence them. And if that is the mark of a narcissist, and that is the mark of someone who has no ego. They have no sense of self. They don't know who or what they are. They have no grounding within themselves. And so they are slaves to every fancy of their whims, all their random thoughts and emotions that swirl around in their deranged minds. And in order to bring some sense of reality to their nonsensical existence, they have to try to force everyone around them to play along. And they have to banish anyone who doesn't. This is someone who has no ego, no sense of self. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they are. They don't know what they want. They're never going to be happy. They're always miserable and moody and angry. And they are led astray by their roller coaster of emotions because they don't know who or what they are. You see, the ego is vitally important to be able to function in reality. You must know who you are. You must know what you are. And you must know what your path in life is. If you're missing any of these things, you will be miserable, and chances are you will make everyone around you miserable. Now, where does the idea that we should dissolve and get rid of our ego come in? Well, what the actual teachings are is that we want to be unattached. We don't want to over-identify with any particular thing. And we could say this about what I just mentioned, this identity politics that goes on nowadays where everyone is ridiculously vocal about what they identify as. Well, I am this and I am that. First off, they're lost and confused and don't know what they are. And so they're demanding and clinging to what they think they are and demanding that everyone else notice it. This is simultaneously a lack of and an attachment to. The two things that we're trying to avoid in a healthy life. We don't want to have no ego, because then we're lost. We don't know what we are. But we also don't want to attach to the ego, or in many cases that we see today, to the idea that we have in place of a healthy ego. The idea, the concept of being this or that. So everyone today that runs around screaming and demanding that they be noticed and validated and approved of and accepted, they are simultaneously lacking an ego and attached, unhealthily attached, to a concept of an ego. So in the proper teachings, we don't want to get rid of the ego. We want to nourish it and strengthen it until it is a healthy, functioning ego. What does a functioning ego look like? Someone with a healthy, functioning ego is confident and content within themselves, in and of themselves, and does not require the validation, the approval, the noticing of anyone around them. In fact, the person with the healthiest ego is going to be the person who simply lives their life, follows their path, enjoys walking the path that they have been put here for, is productive, and never talks about it. They live life, they do their thing, they enjoy their existence, and they don't feel the need to harass everyone to notice them or to approve of them. And they also don't feel the need to silence anyone who disagrees with them. Someone who has a confident and healthy ego will be able to hear someone who totally disagrees with them, totally opposed to them in every way. They'll be able to hear their point of view, acknowledge it, and move on. Very good. You have your way, I have mine. So what we need today, more than anything in this context, is people with strong, healthy egos, not people who get rid of their egos. We have enough of that. There's far and away enough people who lack an ego, who are so confused and bewildered they don't even know what kind of creature they are. What we need is people who are strong and confident in themselves, who have powerful egos, but are not attached to being anything. And this is the line that we have to straddle. This idea of being strong and confident and knowing who we are, knowing what we are, but not being attached to it. If it were to leave tomorrow, it's fine. And this is what the teachings are talking about. Non-attachment, not destroying the ego, being unattached, so that you can enjoy life and also let it go. So this is the ego. Work on it, develop it, strengthen it. Don't get rid of it.